Hello, guys, and welcome to Filthy
Nerds.
Because we filthy.
And we're nerds.
And there's two of us.
Just the two of us.
Oh,
we're never gonna get to go outside.
Gavin Newsom really just sucking a dick.
There was a protest in Garcetti's lawn today.
Police and protesters clashed.
Yeah, people were getting beaten with the hot rods. What are those
nightsticks.
Called? Oh, nightsticks.
Hot rods. Somebody's getting like a hot rod a car. Somebody's getting beat with a car.
Here's what I don't understand. We both shared a video the other day of the owner of a small business, Pineapple Saloon something.
Pineapple Saloon it's in Van Nuys or Sherman Oaks or something like that.
Talking about how her restaurant is shut down. And there is a full studio set up across the street from where her restaurant is with tents where catering can be for a production of a film.
And her tents that she had set up, that she had spent thousands of dollars setting up a whole outside area.
Outdoors.
Her tents looked exactly like their tents.
Yeah.
And same setup.
But as a small business, she's not allowed to stay open.
Yeah. Because she's not giving enough money to our fucking corrupt state government.
That's what I think. The fucking Paramount is putting money in the pockets of
politicians.
Garcetti.
Yeah.
Like,
1,000%.
And it's, I'm fuck every super loud network face of a. I'm really mad, so I can't say words.
I think every actor who's working on that show, every person who makes a lot of money who's working on that show or TV show or movie or whatever, everybody should give money to her restaurant.
Just to her restaurant?
All the restaurants in the area. All the restaurants in the area. Everything in that general vicinity.
Here's what I think. If you're working on a movie set, maybe shut the fuck up about being so liberal and so stay inside COVID.
I like that.
Because it's like either all or nothing. You know, it's like, I'm not saying people shouldn't need to shut down because we are having a spike. The hospitals are on the verge of being overwhelmed. But it's like, you can't say, no, but you don't have to shut down if you're this. Because it's like, oh, do you think because there's a camera we're not spreading diseases? Like that's somehow magically making us immune?
Yeah. No.
You need to supplement these small businesses you're asking.
If you're going to tell people to fucking stay home, give them fucking money. And by them, I mean us included.
Give me money. Give me money for other people to stay home.
Yeah, give all of the money to us.
Give me money to shut up, or I'm going to keep talking about how...
Give me money for my feet pics at feetfinder.com.
Stop plugging the thing that sponsors your other podcast. We don't have a sponsor, unless you include Squatty Potty.
Jess is going to have pictures of her feet on feetfinder.com too.
Yeah, which
We're getting her verified on FeetFinder.
It's nice to finally be verified. Instagram won't do it, so thank you, FeetFinder.
You're verified on Twitter. Don't be a fucking bitter bitch about it.
Don't you fucking sit there with your smug, I'm verified on everything, and tell me not to be a bitter bitch about it. I'm not verified on Instagram because Instagram doesn't think I'm hot enough. Instagram keeps ugly people out of the algorithm. It's
Rachel
conspiracy.
Dratch is verified on Instagram.
Yeah, exactly. Models like Rachel Dratch are out here. Meanwhile, the plebes who are slaving our lives away
commoners
to deliver content to
low-level lemmings.
To our beloved followers. Not I don't actually care. Why is this the rant that we've turned into?
Listen, guys, big things happening for us.
You're right in the chat, John. The elite do love to spout off on things that never affect them. I do not want to hear someone in their gated community in the tower of their house go, oh, well, you thinking that, you just can't stop living is rude and is inconsiderate of people who may die of this disease. And it's like, yeah, no, literally some people cannot stop working and not get money and survive.
Yeah. Sorry, you've got a fucking truckload of money to fucking...
we don't all have enough money
account.
to just stop working for 6 months.
And I love how everybody's like shelter in place, stay home. Yeah, you have more than one room to cry in, okay?
Yeah.
I don't want to stay home. You live in a fucking mansion. I don't want to hear you fucking telling me to stay home when you have a Degas painting behind you.
Yeah, they're like, it's so easy. All we have to do is stay indoors. And it's like, your house is a resort.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. What are you going to do? Sit by the pool and have your cleaning lady bring you margaritas?
Yeah, meanwhile, I'm trapped in a 2-bedroom apartment with Nicole. Do you
Which
know?
is horrible.
Do you know what it's like?
I don't even like being in there because of me.
I try to meditate and I can hear her complaining about me breathing too loud.
Listen, I complain about me breathing too loud. I am a nightmare. You guys, this is my time to reach out to you at home, to ask you to help her, help me. Because at the end of the day, it's about me.
I don't know what she's talking about.
I'm just doing a cutaway to the camera right now. We're gonna use that later for something fun. All right, you guys. On Wednesday, the 23rd of December, we are going to be releasing a very fun episode where we're watching a classic holiday film, which is Harry Potter adjacent because it features the one and only Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman. We're getting Rickrolled,
We're
as
getting
you said.
Rickman rolled.
Rickman and rollin'.
Andy should do that. Alan Rickman rolled.
I said that.
No. There was another one you said. Oh, it's Foghorn Slughorn.
Oh, Foghorn Slughorn. Oh, you're right. I didn't say that. For once, I didn't say that first.
Yes. Just for once. But we're gonna be doing Die Hard.
It's Christmas time.
And listen, this Die Hard actually isn't both of our dads. It's just a movie.
I have not seen Die Hard, but I would like to die hard if I were a man. You'll die hard anyways. You get real hard when you die. Don't we all die hard? Plus, I'm already going to be halfway there because I'll be ricketed up from the arthritis. My rheumatism.
You're going to be Tom riddled.
Oh, help me. My bones.
I'm just going to push you into the Grand Canyon. We're going to Thelma and Louise it, which is for me just driving to the Grand Canyon. And then it's me just pushing you off the edge.
You could just give me pills.
I want to throw you into the Grand Canyon.
Why?
I don't know. I just want to watch your little fucking rigid body just tumble like a tumbleweed.
Well, I just want to go on record to viewers and listeners. I don't want to watch you suffer.
Listen.
So I just want that to be known.
After 1 or 2 bounces, you'll be out.
I mean, I've heard you suffer enough.
Yeah, I had food poisoning the other night, and she had to listen to me fucking complain about it. She didn't even hear me barfing. It was just me complaining.
No, but didn't someone hear you barfing? You had the nerve. She goes, I called someone so they could be on the phone with me. I thought about asking you to come in, and I was like, I would not do that. I will not sit in a bathroom with you.
I ended up calling my mom. Oh, Lethal Weapon! As a holiday movie. Have you seen Lethal Weapon?
Lethal Weapon. I'm thinking of Naked Gun. I don't think I have seen
Lethal Weapon. Oh, I love watching a Nazi.
Again, there's not this.
It's Mel Gibson. It's Mel Gibson pre-Nazi.
That is where Mel Gibson came from.
Yeah,
I forget.
Weapon.
I'm like, Mel Gibson is a thing, but why? Where does he come from?
He was a thing from Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon. The real Lethal Weapon is hatred for people who are different than you.
Oh.
I'm a loser.
He's a dum-dum for hating Jews. That is just bad business.
Yeah, right. In this economy.
All right, today on the podcast, by the way, patrons, you can watch the movie with us on Saturday the 19th.
We'll be watching on the 19th. You want to be part of the watch-along? Patreon.com/2filthynerds.
Get over there. Patronize us.
Be part of stuff. By the way, we're still going to go to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. We don't know when because shit's closed down, but we will be going to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, and we are doing a drawing, and you can only be entered with your patronage. You have to be a patron at the time we do it, do the drawing, and every month you're patronizing us, you're getting entries. Yep. Into going to a theme park with us.
Get your entries is what we are trying
Among
to
other
say.
things.
Don't you want to go to a park with us? It'll be my first time, her 100th time. Greg, if you come, it'll be your 1,000,000th time. It will be great. And by Greg, I mean our patron who's currently watching us live on YouTube.
Yes, we know where all our patrons live. And Greg is a Florida-bound
He's a
Florida
Floridian.
boy.
He's a Florida man.
And he hits that park. As I would. If I lived in Orlando, I would have a season pass to everything.
Oh, yeah. You're totally that person. I love how
said
you went
that like I should be ashamed. I'm not ashamed.
No. You're not ashamed at all. By the way, I love that like you went to Florida for your dad's death and you still went to a theme park.
I went to the theme park in honor of my dad, who was also one of those people.
Yeah.
It was Food and Wine Festival at Epcot.
Yeah.
Was I going to
not go and celebrate where they're eating food and wine for her dad?
Yeah. If there's one thing my dad would want me to do, it's eat. He loved to eat.
Oh, Greg just said he was in Hogsmeade on Tuesday. All right, Greg, don't brag.
Anyways.
Your state's open and people are dying. Okay, so yeah.
We'll be back
today. We have chapter 10 through 12.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Shit's getting crazy.
Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince.
Be right back.
Bye.
Well, you guys, we're doing chapter 10. The House of Gaunt.
The House of Gaunt. Cheekbones for everybody.
You guys, I have been losing a little too much weight, and I am looking gaunt.
And I think I know where the weight went. And it's on my waistline. Now, for those of you who are just listening, she's eating raw cookie dough in front of me, a struggling food addict.
And me, struggling with my weight, i.e. keeping it on my body.
Oh, boo-hoo. Do you hear? Wait, stop. Really quick. No, for real. Be quiet. That's the sound of nobody feeling bad for you.
Yep.
Oh my God, a woman in Hollywood who can't gain weight? Sign her up. She'll be across from the Pineapple Saloon working on that
Pineapple Express.
because she's a star now.
Yeah, I'm eating just straight raw cookie dough. All right.
I am so sorry to everyone listening.
So, House of Gaunt. Lots of shit. Here, can you do this right now?
Sure, I'll just do everything. That's fine.
I'm eating cookie dough.
Yeah, during a podcast. It's great. You guys, everything's fine here.
I'm so hungry.
Slughorn is obsessed with Harry, and it's because Harry's kicking ass in the class, but he's only kicking ass in the class because of these notes from whoever the Half-Blood Prince is. They're all trying to figure it out. Him, Ron,
I gotta
and
be
Hermione.
honest, that really fucking bothers me.
What? Eating
Usually
cookie
I
dough?
think Hermione's
No.
being a bitch. Usually I think Hermione's being like a little uptight bitch. But I would be so fucking pissed if I were like the best student in school and then all of a sudden my friend who is definitely not that good at what he does is doing light years better than me because he has the fucking cheat sheet.
Okay, I'm sorry, but if you're going to pose yourself as the brightest witch of your age and there is a book proving that these spells you're trying to do could be improved and you're not smart enough to fucking copy that book, you're not that fucking bright. Sometimes you should follow the extra instructions.
Maybe she's not the smartest witch of her age.
That it's like, yeah, no, maybe if it's telling him how to do it better, you should learn how to do it better. Because it's like, do you not want to use potions at any point in your life? You should. This is disgusting. I just, like, wouldn't you want to know if there's a way to make this thing you're struggling with better for the future? So that when you're out in the world having to make potions, you know, actually, if you like tweak and add a little bit of this, it's what makes the potion stronger.
I also think at some point Hermione gets like overly hateful where she's like, this guy must be bad. And it's like, well, he's doing she thinks he's, you know what, let's keep going because it happens in a later chapter.
Well, we'll get there. So Harry goes to Dumbledore's office for his first private lesson. And
I am fucking amped about this.
yeah? Mm-hmm. Are you? Sounds like it. Sounds like you're just full of ampedness and a mouthful of cookie dough.
It's physical comedy.
Basically, the lessons are researching Voldemort. So we hit the old pensieve. From this point forth, we shall be leaving the firm foundation of fact and journeying together through the murky marshes of memory into the thickets of wildest guesswork.
I gotta be honest. Dumbledore is fucking poetic.
He is. He's brilliant. He's a man of few words, and they're all great words. Do you know that most people listen to this with their ears, right?
Oh, there's nothing that makes me happier than watching you get mad at me.
That makes you a bad person. We're in a tight basement and you're going to honk cough like that? During COVID? What is that? We're all going to die. I get no respect. So listen, there's a man named Bob Ogden who was an officer working for the Ministry of Magic. And they dive into his memories. Apparently he's dead, but he bequeathed his memories.
He bequeathed.
To Dumbledore, yeah, which is what it sounds like you just did with your vocal cords. So he was investigating an illegal use of magic against a muggle. So we plop into the Pensieve. We're heading down memory lane.
Where did Dumbledore get Gaunt's memories from?
Ogden's memories?
I mean, Ogden's memories from.
Remember the joke you just made about bequeathing?
But like,
Bob Ogden left Dumbledore these memories.
but like, how do you leave someone? Was it in a jar? Like, how do you?
I assume we watched last year when Harry was taking occlumency lessons.
Oh, and then Snape pulled his memory.
Him out.
And let him, okay, got it. I
think
forgot
he
the logistics of it. So now I remember.
What if dementia is just people in invisibility cloaks coming up next to you and taking your memories?
Oh.
And they're like, watch it. Wait, check this out. Watch this. And you go, who
God.
am I? And they're like, I don't know who they are. And then everyone's like, Grandma makes me sad. And there's a wizard under a cloak like,
I gotta be honest, that's brilliant.
I don't have dementia. A wizard in a cloak is coming and taking my
There's a person with a thing over top of them that makes them completely invisible, and they know magic.
So, anyway, we end up, memory jumps into the town of Little Hangleton, which rings a bell. And they are investigating a wizard named Morphin Gaunt. Mighty Morphin
Gaunton Rangers.
He lives in a small, dingy cottage in the woods near a manor house. Bob Ogden basically shows up at this house. They're living in squalor. There's a snake
nailed to the door of this house.
And when Bob Ogden first approaches the house and someone starts talking to him, Harry understands what he's saying, and he doesn't
because
realize.
he's speaking in Parthel tongue. Parthel tongue.
Yeah, so Morphin's father is sort of like overseeing this conversation with Gaunt. We discover that, Morphin, this guy who had been speaking Parthel tongue, he's, used magic against a muggle. Morphin's father, he is not cooperating with Bob Ogden. He's like, we have to handle this situation. He used magic on a muggle, and Morphin's grandfather, Marvolo
is like, you don't sound like you're a pureblood.
Yeah, he doesn't see the problem. That he's like, I think it's okay to teach a filthy muggle a lesson. Yeah. Like, he is quintessential pure blood garbage asshole.
Dickhole.
He's abusive to his daughter Merope, who shows up, who we learn allegedly because he refers to her as a
squib. He calls her a squib, but it's not that she's a squib. It's that she had such low confidence from growing up in a house with two toxic men.
That's what happens when you verbally and physically abuse your children. They will not reach their potential because you ruin their confidence.
Don't ruin future witches.
Yeah.
Because then they'll just end up as bitches.
Look what happened to Nicole.
Yeah. I could have been a witch. I could have been a great witch.
So Merope's wearing a locket, and Marvolo's wearing a ring. Who the dad of this troublemaker kid's wearing a ring that Harry recognizes.
And he's like, I know that.
Oh, I've seen that ring. It's the ring that Dumbledore was wearing, and the other
when he
picked him up. And Marvolo makes a big to-do about the fact that the locket is a Slytherin family heirloom. We're the last of the Slytherin line.
Yeah.
The pure blood. Salazar Slytherin himself owned this locket. Yeah. This was his ring. Beep-bitty, beep-bitty, beep. Bob Ogden, by the way, doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, he's like, great.
I am here for Bob Ogden.
He did fucking magic, and he's not allowed to do magic on muggles.
Yeah,
period.
So he's
That's all he gives a fuck about.
So, he's got to fucking come in. And apparently, the muggle he hexed was Tom Riddle. Wait.
Yeah.
what was Tom Riddle, which we hear that name. You obviously go like, wait, okay.
I know the name. I know that name, Tom Riddle.
Stirring something up. Riddle lives in the big manor that's down the street.
Stirring the cauldron.
And it turns out that Morphin hexed Riddle after seeing his sister
chatting it with Tom Riddle.
Yeah. Well, she just gave him looks. She's been like poking out the window.
Yeah, she's been oohing him and on.
She's been like, what's going on?
Because you know what? She horny. She horny. She trying to get that.
I want to take her out on his broomstick.
She's like, riddle me this, Tom.
As he's going by like on a white horse because he's all like, I'm Tom Riddle. And she's like, ride me like that horse. Anyway, so just out of pure racism, Morphin's like, oh, my sister's looking at this muggle. I need to fucking teach him a lesson. And
probably she's into him because he's she's like, pissing off her parents. She's like, oh,
she's rebelling.
Really
or maybe he just seems way more put together than her fucking dingy family that's like living in squalor. They apparently were some to-do pure-blood family years ago.
Didn't get cut into the deal.
Fucking didn't invest right. I don't know what happened.
There's nothing worse than coming from money and ending up poor. Like, how could you fuck that up?
Yeah, Grandma. I just found out that my family was kicked out of England after the Wars of the Roses. We were Yorks. And we lost. And now look at me. Nothing.
I have left not a pot to piss in. You can piss in my pot.
That those rich fucking UK wannabe
wasps
royalty motherfuckers left me was this inbred chin.
Oh, I love your chin.
I don't even have a chin. Where's my chin? So apparently Marvolo didn't know about Merope's obsession, enamorment, infatuation, crush on Tom Riddle, and Morphin's sort of like spilling the beans, like, well, she's always looking at him, and this does not make Marvolo happy.
Yeah, no, Marvolo's like, da fuck? No daughter of mine, especially my squib-ass bitch daughter, is gonna be fucking giving bedroom eyes to no fucking muggle.
Absolutely not. So he's like, you're about to get fucked up. Marvolo, he attacks and chases after Bob Ogden. He's like, I'm gonna fuck everybody up. You know, he's just like, you're not taking my son. Fuck you and your filthy, like, mudblood sympathizing, punk ass, Ministry of Magic ass, motherfucking bullshit. And this is when they leave the memory.
Yeah. Bob Ogden, we find out, gets them eventually.
Yeah, he brought back reinforcements from the Ministry.
Marvolo was arrested. Went back, brought them. Yeah. Brings them back. They get arrested.
Marvolo's arrested for attacking Bob Ogden. Morphin is sent to prison for using magic on a muggle. And while they're gone, that's when Merope finally uses her magic.
Yeah.
To make Tom Riddle fall in love with her.
Yep.
They ran away. They got married. They conceived a child. This is a big deal. This is a poor, weird family that the whole town is like, they put snakes on their door. And I heard that kid bit somebody. Like, it's... And Tom Riddle is like...
every town has one of those kids that just keeps biting kids.
Truly, until you put them down. It's what you have to do.
You need to put your children down.
For the town.
For us.
And the Riddles are this big to-do. So he basically has run off with a tramp.
That, by the way, he ran off with her, and she keeps doing the love potion, and then at some point, while she's pregnant, she's like, oh, you know what? I feel like at this point he probably really does love me.
Well, and also she loves him so much she doesn't feel right deceiving him.
Yeah. And she's like, I'm going to just stop doing the spell and we'll see how it goes.
I hope that, with me being pregnant and everything happening, he will
learn to love me. And like for real. Not like love potion love, like love.
Which is classic mistake. I'm sorry. Let me just say something. If you are a woman out there with a man who's shitty and doesn't really care that much for you, if you think a fucking baby is gonna change that, it's not. And now guess what? You're fucked up and the baby's fucked up. Don't try to trap someone with a baby. It doesn't work.
Also, if you've manipulated someone into loving you somehow, some way, and you're deep into that relationship, you do not stop manipulating them. You keep up that ruse till you fucking die.
That's why you can't lie in a relationship. Otherwise, you're going to have to commit to the lie forever.
Commit to the bit.
If they fall in love with you because you tell them that you were a star of the circus and you left the circus to pursue your dreams of becoming an accountant, even though your family is a circus family, and they find out you've never even been to the circus, it's donezo. Sorry.
Is that why your dad left your mom?
I think my dad joined the circus. Or
They've
a
got good-
local carnival, wherever they sell meth.
Okay.
So, big surprise. The spell wears off, and he's like, "Are you out of your fucking mind? Peace out. I don't give a fuck."
He's like,
they're
bounce,
pregnant."
bounce, roller skate. I don't give a fuck about you or the fucking load I dropped in you to make that child.
Her heart is broken, but she gives birth to a baby.
Broken, and she gives birth to that baby.
Baby.
That baby is none other than
Voldemort.
Voldemort.
So Marvolo
Voldemort.
is Voldemort's grandfather.
Uh-huh. Tom Riddle is his dad, who fucking abandoned him, and that's why Voldemort's all fucking got his panties in a booncharoony
I get
about
it, man.
fucking muggles, because his muggle dad was like, nah, bitch, you
Was
cray.
a piece of shit. Yeah, that it's
Yeah.
like, if your example of one type of person is that they treated you like shit, I get that you, logically, you can't assume everyone is going to be like
Yeah.
the person that you're like, well, they're similar to this person for some reason, so I'll assume they're all going to treat me like shit.
Mhm.
But also, out of self-preservation, why would you trust people?
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you go, one of them did it, I'm just going to assume they'll all do something
Yeah.
hurtful. It's not good, but I get why people do it. The point is, Voldemort, Tom Marvolo Riddle, whose name we remember from Chamber of Secrets, I believe,
Le Chambre de Secrets.
is born. Merope, obviously, we know her to be dead.
Merope et ses mama.
Because Voldemort grew up in a
And an orphanage.
in a sort of Queen's Gambit situation without chess. This is what happens when kids don't have an outlet. They start killing people.
They turn into dark wizards and eventually try to kill children.
Yeah. And sort of just like a sad ending to that story, but it's and Harry's kind of like, cool, did I was this important? And he's like, I think it was.
Yeah. But see, here's the thing. I feel like Dumbledore knows why it's important.
I don't think so. I think you think after Dumbledore made that big to-do about I'm going to tell you everything, you think that he's still keeping stuff?
I don't think it's that he's not telling him. I think it's just like, I got to give you more information, kid, before I let you. It's not that this is important. It's just this leads to other things that are more important. I don't fucking know.
You don't think he's like bringing Harry along because he's trying to figure something out and maybe Harry will figure it out too? I don't know.
I don't think there's anything that's unknown at this point by Dumbledore.
If
just
there
don't.
was nothing that was unknown by Dumbledore, Voldemort would not be in power.
That is true. All right, you're right. That was an easy convincing.
So on their way out, Harry notices the ring that Marvolo had been wearing in the memory.
And
it's-
Dumbledore's.
Yeah, it's the same ring.
Mhm.
That's when he realizes. He
Yeah.
didn't realize it as at first. He's like, oh, familiar. But like, Harry goes, isn't that the ring you were wearing when you picked me up? Wasn't that right around the same time you hurt your hand?
Mm-hmm. Coinky dinky.
The ring is now cracked. Did he knock the ring against something, break his hand? We don't know. What
I
do you
can't wait to find out about what happened to his hand. I think he was fisting a dragon.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like eventually we're gonna find out.
you know what? I've called a few things, and I've been right about a few things, and I'm going to go out on a very, very firm limb and say Dumbledore was fisting dragons.
What kind of dragon?
One of the red ones.
Red ones.
Yeah. Red, because they've got the hot coochies.
I would have gotten Norwegian Ridgeback because his hand's turning black. They're a black dragon, but I
Maybe.
appreciate the red. Whatever.
I think what happened was he fisted the dragon,
Mm-hmm.
pulled it out. The old,
And he got one of the fiery farts.
yeah, fire load hit him, seared the bitch.
I've seen people lose limbs to a few fire loads myself, and it is not a pretty sight. I nearly lost a breast that way. Anyway,
We'll be back.
after these messages.
Chapter 11, Hermione's Helping Hand. HHH. You're disgusting. You're absolutely
How does it feel?
Do it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Go, go, go. Chug, chug, blow, chug, blow.
Okay, I'm sorry.
All right, Hermione's helping hand, chapter 11. We're
Ooh,
in
another hand reference.
Ooh,
Maybe
know
there's
what?
going to be another dragon fisting. What's ahead?
Maybe she gives the dragon a hand job.
Let me get that with my strong
No, maybe
hand.
she's helping Dumbledore fist the dragon.
She is a helper. When you reading that chapter title, what are you thinking?
I don't fucking know. Hermione gets involved in some shit.
Well, that's, I guess, fair.
Hermione's helping hand. That's it. She helped. She lent someone a hand.
Let me get that with my strong hand. Come here.
What is that from?
Scary Movie 2.
I don't remember.
You beautiful child. He has like a, you're so beautiful. You have the same nose. Beep boop. Beep boop boop. Look at it. Look at it. Look at my arthritic hands. You're so beautiful. Anyways, subscribe to our Patreon to see me acting like I have a worse physical handicap than I do, and Nicole barking like a dog. Patreon.com/2filthynerds.
All right, so this chapter kicks off. Nobody's spoken to Hagrid about the fact that
We're just avoiding the fact that, like, we're not in your class anymore. Like, newsflash, he fucking noticed.
And everybody's like, we're just too busy to talk to him. And I'm like,
Not
such
good.
a dick move. Like, Hagrid, who has been there for you guys through everything, you can't even just do a little fucking pop by and be like, yo, bro, so sorry.
People are cowards.
Yeah.
People would rather fall off the face of the earth and never talk to you again than face and confront their own discomfort of telling you, actually, this doesn't make me feel good.
No, this makes me feel unappreciated.
Have the decency to just communicate, you cowards.
Hagrid has gone out on so many limbs.
And they've all broken because he's fat and too big.
Disgusting, and I can't stand him. He has a
I-
really bad personality. I find him
What?
slightly overwhelming. Honestly, I'm not that big of a
You
fan
don't
of
like
Hagrid.
Hagrid?
He's fine. He's a little needy.
He's not needy. He's loving. He's a giver.
Needy.
He's an animal.
What house is Hagrid in? Was
The-
he in? Hufflepuff?
I don't know.
Yeah, what house was Hagrid in?
He's a needy animal lover. Boy.
So guys on Patreon.
Boy, are we projecting our hatred of ourselves
Listen,
onto Hagrid.
Patreons, can somebody please tell us,
I think he was a Gryffindor. You don't just walk up to a dragon if you're not brave.
Great. Anyway, well, you could be fucking dumb. Just a big fucking lug nut of a dum-dum.
Stop assuming he's dumb just because he's big and has a thick accent. There are plenty of smart big people, like Jane Lynch.
Ooh, she's big. What a
She's
woman.
A tower of a woman.
Ooh,
God, I love her.
I love the landscape of that body.
Look at that tower.
Look at that long pussy.
Look at that monolith of a woman.
Oh, she looks like that
Womanolith.
thing in the desert, that in Utah that they stole.
What? Oh, the monolith?
The monolith in the desert in Utah. I don't even know.
I don't know
I'm
what you're
saying.
doing.
Neither do I. Anywho, so Harry gets his copy of the Bookie Wookie because
Because they got the new ones in the mail. And
Flourish
he's like,
and Blots.
I'm just gonna...
So then he takes the cover off of the old book, puts it onto the new book, does a swap-a-rooney.
Ipso facto, nobody
Ipso
knows.
facto, nobody notices. And Hermione, true to form, gets her copy of the Daily Prophet. By the way, I thought it was really funny that there's two versions of the Daily Prophet.
I didn't
that
realize
come out
that
every
till
day.
she was looking at the Evening Prophet.
The Evening Prophet. I'm like,
I guess it's like this is before, like there's no internet, but they're like, we've got to get people the news, especially in times of terror. I guess you would have more news come out.
by the way, she's the bitch who does the fucking New York Times crossword puzzle. For sure.
Unbearable. So our producer Sam
Sam
is
is just
pointing
pointing
at
to
himself.
himself 'cause
And
he
let me
does it.
just tell anyone who's listening, doing a crossword puzzle is not a personality, okay?
If it's the New York Times crossword puzzle, apparently everybody thinks it's a
You're
personality.
grasping at people thinking you're an intellectual and you're a fraud.
So Hermione gets her copy of the Prophet, and she's fucking 16 years old and reading the goddamn morning paper.
But it's also like, what is the newspaper saying in the evening? Like, still bad.
But this is the morning they talk about Stan Shunpike. And I heard that name and I was like, where do I remember that name from? He was the night bus driver.
That skinny, pimply, 19-year-old, I'm gonna be the Minister of Magic one day.
Night bus driver.
That they think that he's
He
been
got
arrested.
for being a potential Death Eater.
Which is crazy.
That guy could barely drive a bus.
He didn't drive the bus. He just got people on the bus.
Oh, he
couldn't
could
drive the
barely
bus.
people get. Yeah, he could drive the bus,
But
he could barely get them on it.
It also maybe goes to show you really don't know who a Death Eater could be.
I don't think he was a Death Eater.
What do you think? He got wrong place, wrong time, Imperious Curse, something like that?
Yeah. I don't think a night bus folk would be a bad guy. They're the night bus folk.
Yeah, but you get to be on there and you
They're
hear
the
where everyone's
carnies
going.
of the witch world.
Okay, stop right there. Do you think carnies are good people?
Yeah, why not? They're fun.
They're all methed out, looking for a new fix.
Have you ever
living
met someone
off of
on
corn
meth
dogs.
where you were like, wow, you're not fun?
Yeah, I mean, I've met a lot of fun people on meth, but I've seen a lot of not fun people on meth.
But
They're
how do you
picking their
know they're on
face.
meth and not something else that's less fun?
Because I know meth. I know the empty, deep socket eyes of
The
a person who's on a
You've got
bender.
methy eyes.
I know meth face.
I'm a method actor.
Yeah, a meth head actor? Yes. And my teeth are falling out of my head. Trust me, I know my dad's eyes when I see them. They
And,
haunt my dreams.
and Harry, like me, couldn't agree more. Does not think that Stan Shunpike is working for Voldy Buns.
He thinks it's like, oh, this must be a terrible mix-up.
Okay.
But
Harry-
also, goes to show anyone could get mixed up.
Yeah. True. Harry has Quidditch tryouts. And because everybody is obsessed with Harry, there's like a huge influx of people.
There's
trying
an
out for-
absurd amount of people
There are
trying
so
out
many
for-
people trying out for the Gryffindor team that there are actually people from other houses trying out for the
They
Gryffindor
just
team.
came to
He's
be
like,
around
you're
here.
not even a Gryffindor! Get the fuck out of here!
She doesn't even go here.
You can't sit with us.
That's just like, she's like, yeah, I mean, that's what it is that it's just people
Yeah.
trying to be around. And it's like, go commune with your own loser houses that haven't been chosen. Sorry, chosen one's a Gryffindor. Move along.
The chosen ones. Katie Bell, Demelza Robbins, and Ginny Weasley make the team as chasers.
That's right. All three chasers are women.
Women, just like Biden's.
You don't
team?
have anything to finish that because you don't
Biden's
actually
team,
know what's going
Biden's
on.
team. Doesn't he have like an all-female team right now?
No.
A lot of women.
There are some women there.
Well, more
What
than
are they
anybody else.
chasing? Because it doesn't seem like they're chasing money for people who can't go to work. Is anyone listening to me?
Anywho, there's new beaters as well. Jimmy Peaks, Richie Cute, who's hoot,
What?
cute, Richie Cute,
Richie Cute?
Richie Cute.
So I imagine some like stocky dudes. Beater's a fucking like muscle job.
Well, it's the Weasley twins for the beaters.
They were like a
So your
lean
new
muscle.
spit roast baby is gonna be Jimmy Peaks and Richie Cute.
Nope, I am out of Hogwarts. I am working in the stock room of Weasley Wizard Wheezes, getting railed every night.
Are you getting spit roasted by the Weasley twins?
Oh
all the time?
yeah, and then just
on the reg.
and then joke bombs are going off.
By the way, this is how
There's
I imagine.
stink bombs.
This is how I imagine. Wait, stand up. I have to show you what I think the spit roast looks like for the Weasley twins. I can just imagine one of them from the back.
If you're listening,
bend
you
over.
could see this.
You can
on
see
our
this on our
Patreon.
So it's one of the Weasley twins just hitting it from the back, just high-fiving the other one the whole time, and they're just doing jokes. They're like, it's like
but
they're
then there's
doing
just like
bits.
exploding frogs over me.
That's you coming.
Oh.
Just frogs bursting out of your pussy.
And then just I don't even remember what all their gags are. I feel like
Just you're gagging. That's the only gag.
you remember in the last book right before they got kicked out, the whole first floor was filled like a swamp. That happens
was
at
her
Weasley
pussy.
Wizards because that's just my pussy. Just give me your fire crotch dicks. Just taking 2 broomsticks at a time, just back and forth, back and forth.
What a Quidditch player she is. You could be a chaser with that fucking dick skill.
I don't chase dicks; they chase
You're
me.
the beater.
I'm a beater. I'm a seeker. I seek him, I see him, and I snitch him and I snatch him. I'm a keeper. I grab one, it's mine for life. I put it in a box. You live with me now. It's a soul. I've captured you. I've derailed. What were we talking about? I have several men's souls in a box.
Their dicks. She has their dicks because men have no souls. They just have penises.
Yeah, and if you
She's
hurt
like
me,
Lorena Bobbitt. She'll take your dick.
an eye for an eye is boring. My heart for your dick, let's go for it.
Yeah, obviously.
So they're doing tryouts.
So they're doing tryouts.
He
And
goes-
then Cormac McLagan.
Cormac McLagan, who we didn't mention before, but he is
was
someone. He was
Ronnie's 7th year.
He was in the Slug Club bus. On the train. So he was one of the people who got brought in by Foghorn Slughorn on the train when he's introduced him. And he's like, oh, Cormac McLagan, my father's. Well, he's pompous.
Yeah. He's trying to swing a McLagan dick.
And he's there to try out his
for the keeper position, who is also, Ron is also there for the same position.
That was his position last year. What I don't get is that I guess Ron has just always played keeper with his family, because I'm like, why wouldn't he go up for the other positions too, just to see?
Ron, why wouldn't you just leave? Just die. Go away, Ron. You are the worst character in this book. I honestly think J.K. Rowling shit the bed on this one character. I fucking resent her deeply for how terrible Ron is.
I think Ron is fine. He's human.
He's not fine. He's
imperfect.
By the way, fine sucks. What a fucking horrible adjective. What if your boyfriend was like, this is Jessica, she's fine.
He wouldn't be my boyfriend.
Yeah. You just described Ron as
Ron's
fine.
not my boyfriend.
The third most important person in the book. The top 3.
He's part of the trifecta.
And he's fine?
He's come through on a lot of occasions.
He can't even come.
How do you know?
Tried fucking Ron.
Well, that's on you.
Weak dick.
Don't belittle Ron because of your mistakes.
Listen, Ron's got a little...
You chose the wrong Weasleys, and wrong Weasley.
I want to fuck Ginny.
I mean, who doesn't? It sounds like everybody.
She's fucking hot.
It sounds like Ginny is shaping up to be a hot little piece of Weasley.
The hot Wheeze. All right, so Cormac and Ron are both out for this position. And
Cormac goes up.
this is weird. Lavender Brown gives like fucking googly eyes to Ron on his way.
This is not the first time in this book that Lavender has given a little googly thing. I feel like maybe there's a crush.
Brown?
I feel like maybe there's a crush thing going on.
Does she want him to go to Browntown?
I think she wants to take him down to Browntown.
Taking him into the booty
Taking him to Browntown. I also feel like that there were subtle... is Luna still flirting with Ron? I feel like we missed subtle hints of her flirting.
I don't know if Luna was flirting with anyone or if she's just autistic and not good with eye contact.
Everyone's looking at me like I'm crazy right now, for those of you who are just listening. But there are times, multiple times in the Goblet of Fire, I believe. No, does she not come in till 5? There are multiple times where she laughs absurdly loud at Ron's jokes, and nobody talks about the fact that I think Luna had a crush on Ron.
I think Luna just had a crush on
She's
everybody.
like, oh, did you think that's so funny? And we all know Ron's not that funny. And Luna's very smart.
You want to know why we know Ron's not that funny? Because he's fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
Anywho, so Ron
Some people
wins.
aren't fine.
Ron wins, gets the position.
What's crazy is-
does one goal better than McLagan.
McLagan was doing great, and then on the last one, he just goes the complete wrong way. It's like, why? He just shit the bed.
He just aduked the bed.
McLagan's mad.
Did he Lavender Brown the bed?
It sounds like he did. Ron,
He Browntown the bed.
McLagan's like, I think Ron, because one of the people shooting was Ginny Weasley. I think she went easy. He's very upset. He's like psychopath. Like, he thought it was in the bag. You've now snapped his narcissistic ego, and he's like, what do you mean I'm not the one?
Yeah.
And everyone's like, that's just how it is. He beat you fair and square.
But Harry was like, yeah, there's something weird about that performance. And afterwards confronts Hermione, and he's like, hey, Hermione, did you do a Confundus charm on McLagan in order to get Ron to be the keeper? And Hermione's like, which really pissed me the fuck off.
Did you say a Mundungus
Because
charm? I don't know
Miss
what that is.
Play by the fucking book, Hermione. Harry, don't use the book from the Half-Blood Prince. Yada da 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 da. Although I do kind of agree with her on that. She doesn't have a fucking leg to stand on.
Is her logic, was her logic, okay, so at this point we know, right? We know that Harry and Hermione have both been invited to Slug Club. No,
No.
we don't. I was thinking her logic was, well, he needs to have a thing, you know, like he can't.
Yeah. Well, I
He's gotta
mean,
have his thing.
Hermione's just got a fucking soft heart for
But
fucking.
it's like, why are you
lame-ass Ron.
helping out? You know what it is, and it speaks to what you're saying, is that like maybe she so badly doesn't want to listen to Ron bitch about it.
Yeah.
That
I
she's
think-
like,
Please, for the love of
I'm
God.
gonna have to sit in the stands with him going, fucking comic
Yeah.
clagging.
Yeah, because Ron is insufferable.
He's really good at complaining.
That's the only thing he's good at.
He's great at it. He's a great complainer.
Anywho, so that's that. He wins. Ron gets the position.
We
And
still
then
see, by the way, not super important, but there are instances of McLaggen still kind of bumbling around from this confundus charm. He like runs into a wall and he's like, well, I don't know what's happening.
After that, they are like, all right, we should go see Hagrid. They get to Hagrid. Hagrid's fucking pissed, doesn't want to let them in. Harry fucking bursts open the door. And Hagrid's like, I'm a teacher.
Oh, yeah, because Harry fucking yells at him.
Yeah.
And he's like, you can't talk to me like that. But like,
Harry's like, yeah, I can. Hagrid, you're not a fucking real teacher and I'm not a student to you. We're friends.
So they're addressing it. They're like, let's just go and talk to him. But I mean, Hagrid's hurt.
Yeah, Hagrid's hurt. He's a little butthurt. We get it. And Hagrid is dealing with some shit with Aragog, his giant spider friend who lives in the forest, because he's dying.
Yeah, apparently Aragog's dying, and like, well, this is a celebration to all of us because, oh, good, thank God the giant spider is dying.
Hagrid's really
That's his
fucked
friend.
up
That's his
about
buddy.
it. Yeah.
But also, I didn't think about this, but like, isn't Aragog sort of like the one who like talks to all the other spiders and is like yes or no on like doing shit? So like, I don't know, do we want Aragog to die? I feel like, are all the spiders going to go rogue? Is someone going to become the new Aragog?
Will the spiders come out of the forest?
I don't think so, but is it just because of Aragog?
I don't know.
But
Anyways,
he's just like, but Aragog,
he
we grew
loves
up
those
together.
fucking magical creatures so fucking
I mean,
much.
Aragog is the thing, was there when Hagrid got expelled. He has had a relationship with Aragog.
Yeah, he's known Aragog.
For
They go
years.
way back.
So it's hard. We know he's a weird with his very dangerous animals, but he's mourning.
So they leave Hagrid's. At some point, Hermione and Harry get invited to a Slughorn soiree. Probably Ginny too, and not Ron.
So Ron's fucking, of course, gonna be a Ron about it.
And then Harry's like, can't make it. Sorry, Slughorn. I have detention with Snape.
And it's detention with Snape time.
And Slughorn's like, well, I'll get you one of these days.
Well, he's like, I'm sure I could figure out some way to get you out of
Yeah.
it, which is like, what a nightmare to be like, this teacher who already hates me.
Yeah.
I don't need you going and trying to like, who not only hates him, but thinks that I think I'm a celebrity, that I'm important, that I'm better than everyone. And now Slughorn's going to go be like, he's important and he's better than everyone.
Yeah, and that only makes it worse, for sure.
Absolutely.
Now, this is where Hermione gets the evening prophet. So this is where we both found out that there's such thing as an evening prophet.
Good evening. It's the 6 p.m. prophet.
It's the night prophet. That sounds like a nocturnal emission. It's the night prophet. Maybe not. Anywho. Weasley, in it says Mr. Weasley, follows up on a tip, which is Harry's tip,
To go
and
through
searches the Malfoy house again.
and finds nothing.
Finds nothing.
So they're kind of like, see Harry, like
See, Harry, there's nothing. And he's like, no, he must have gotten it out.
He must have brought it here.
Yeah. But they're like, Filch was checking everybody when they came in. And he's
Yeah.
like, well, then he had an owl deliver it. And they're like, well, all owls are being checked. And Harry's like, I don't know. And that's it. That's the end of chapter 11.
We go to
on
chapter 12.
Chapter 12. This one's a big bitch.
She a big old bitch.
Yeah, big old bitch.
She a big fat bitch.
Okay, so chapter 12, Silver and Opals. Not fucking clear like this,
Sounds
man.
like something you might find in a wardrobe.
Oh my goodness. My pearls?
She left me all her silver and her opals.
Oh, but my pearls. I'm going to clutch them.
Oh,
I've got my pearls. Somebody took my opals.
my yopals.
My opals.
My local yopals.
Locals, yopals. Okay, so it's Saturday morning, and Harry's fucking around with his book, which has notes in the margin.
Oh yeah, his half-blood prince.
So he sees something scribbled in the margin that says Levi Corpus, and in parentheses it says NVBL, which means nonverbal.
Yeah. So he
does the nonverbal spell.
Tries to think it.
Thinks it. Obviously does it because it's Harry.
And he hears Ron screams.
There's
He's
like
in
a flashlight.
He's in the room where all the bedrooms are, or the beds are, with all the other 6-year boys. Flashlight. Ron is now dangling in the air by his foot.
By his foot. A la very reminiscent of the Muggles at the Quidditch World Cup.
But also what we saw James Potter do to Snape.
Oh, yeah.
In that memory.
Oh, yeah.
We saw him dangle Snape and Snape's little underwear. Probably Snape's little weenie flipped out of the hole of his boxers with hearts on them. Just a little dangly softy.
Snape has just a little
bloop,
softy,
little
flip. Oh, like a dick. Just like, have you ever seen a dick? I was just about to say, have you ever seen? Like, it's like when a guy's dick is just laying there and it's just kind of sloped over on his
to the
leg.
side, like it
looks tired.
Like it looks like a paralyzed person.
Yeah.
How they sort of just
like a quadriplegic person that you just let lay there, and the dick's just like
my uncle when the ALS finally took him, just falling over in the
just
chair.
slopey, and then if you pick it up, and then you drop it, and you can actually just hear it go. Bloop.
Just like it like bloops. It's like
bloops. That bloop. But it's the sort of thing where it's so soft, but it still has some weight to it, and you're like, you're like trying to bring it back to life. You're like, come on, little man, come on, you can do it, kid.
No, I know you're in there.
Hello, don't
like
go.
Hoping it's not dead.
Don't go. It's like Sean Patton's joke where he talks about the sperm holding the other sperm with its tail. He's like, come on, man, don't die.
We've got a long way to go.
We got a long way to go.
And then it just hits up and whips you in the face. Like remember those little
tadpole?
No, the things in the 90s where it was like a gooey hand and you could hit people and stick it against the wall. Just
That's exactly what would happen. Anywho, how did we get on the topic of a dick? Hanging upside down.
Yeah, Snape's dingly dangly. But so he's hanging upside down. Dean and Seamus are laughing their asses off. Neville got startled. He's fallen out of his bed, and Ron's just like, "Get me down!"
And then as soon as he gets down, and then Harry finds like the counter curse in there, says it, or counter hex. He falls back down, and then Ron thinks it's really funny because Ron is a stupid bitch.
Because he's like, but also it's that they're 16-year-old boys, and it's like. You have to, if you're being bullied, if you're the butt of the joke, you have to be in on it. You know what I mean? At that, you just have to go like, oh, that was fucking good one. Because really, you're like dying inside. You're like, I'm such a fucking loser. But
I just hate that fucking Hermione, the little fucking cunt who just pulled some fucking gross ass shit with the Quidditch thing. She's like, this is not ministry approved, Harry.
Yeah, no, because I think that's a good reflection of most people is that everyone loves to talk about what everyone else is doing wrong. Meanwhile, don't look at what I'm doing wrong. I'm better than you.
Yeah.
We're all like, I'm holier
Hermione
than thou.
sucks. Ron's the worst. Anywho, so, and then Harry remembered seeing his dad use that. That's at the point when Harry's like, yeah, my dad used that. Okay, so maybe Half-Blood Prince is his dad. Who fucking knows? Okay. They then go to, it's the Hogsmeade trip, okay?
Yay. So Hogsmeade, we find out, is still going on. I feel like they easily could have been like, they could have been like Los Angeles with their restrictions and said, no, you can't go anywhere.
With all of the fucking security measures that they're putting in place, they're like, no. Let the kids have their trip to Hogsmeade.
Go run around to town.
Yeah. The last time we let everybody go to Hogsmeade, the DA was formed.
Yeah.
Good things happen at Hogsmeade.
The seedy bar, keep that open too.
Yeah. Where the bad people hang out? Absolutely.
Yeah, that'll be fine. They're kids.
You know that little cabin that Wormtail and not Wormtail.
Are you talking
What's
about
Sirius's name?
Padfoot?
Padfoot. That Padfoot was hanging out in?
Padfoot,
yeah.
Wormtail.
Keep Hogsmeade open. Anywho, so they they go there again. He sees Slughorn when they're there, and he's like, "Harry, why don't you ever want to come to my parties?" And Harry's like, "Sorry, Quidditch.
I'm just super busy," because Harry keeps planning Quidditch practices during the parties, and the fact that Slughorn doesn't go, "Okay, aren't you the captain? Like, can't you
not do that?" But Harry's like, "Bro, I don't want to fucking go." He didn't say that. And then he's like, "All right, well, how about this date? You couldn't have Quidditch practice then." And he's like, "Actually, I have my lessons with Dumbledore."
Yeah, I get lessons from Dumbledore.
And he's like, "I'll get you one of these days, Harry, and your little dog, too." And by little dog, I mean Ron.
He doesn't want Ron.
Ron sucks a
Ron is
fucking fat
unwanted
one.
by most people. So you're not far off with your assessment.
And then at that point, Harry sees Mundungus
Fletcher, up to no good, selling someone some shit.
outside of the Three Broomsticks Tavern. Fletcher sees him, freaks out.
He's like,
drops
"Oh,
his suitcase,
fuck."
Shit falls out. One of the things that falls out was from Sirius's Black's house.
Yeah,
He
Mundungus
was
is
yanking shit from Goddaddy.
stealing Goddaddy's shit to sell it. Are you out of your fucking mind?
First of all, and at this point, it's Harry shit.
Yeah,
He's stealing Harry shit.
yeah, and it's like, you didn't even let his body get cold. Come on, you fuckbag.
Oh, over his dead body, you stole that.
It's just, also fucking, who knows what the hell was in that house? Like,
And by the way, he gets away, and then Tonks shows up. Why did Tonks show up so quickly?
Tonks has been stationed in Hogsmeade. She said that.
I know, but like, how does Tonks know?
What?
I don't know. I'm suspect about Tonks.
I forget what Tonks does when she shows up. What did she do?
Tonks shows up and tries to calm him down.
Oh, calm Harry down.
Yeah, and she's like, I don't think it's a big deal that he stole shit.
She doesn't?
No, she doesn't think it's a big deal.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. I think there's something to it. Yeah, I think
Do you think there's something more to it than the fact that, like, Mundungus is a known petty thief?
Yeah, well, I don't know.
He's a meth head. He's just selling things for drugs.
Maybe.
By the way, quick interjection, fun joke left by one of our patrons in the chat. If you want to leave us jokes in the chat, patreon.com/2phillynerds. From earlier when we were talking about meth heads, John says, if two meth heads start a relationship, is that considered speed dating or just messing around? I think that's fun. So
It's a good joke, John.
Don't know if you heard that somewhere else or that's an original, but I am here for it. Thank you.
Okay, so then they head inside the tavern. Ron and Hermione try to calm Harry down and give him some butterbeer. I love how they get him all buttered up.
Let's butterbeer him up.
Let's butterbeer him up.
Give me a round of butterbeer.
And Harry's too pissed, so he's like, I have to leave. So they're walking back from the Three Broomsticks, and they're following close behind Katie Bell. Now, Katie Bell just made the team.
Yeah,
okay?
Katie Bell and one of her friends, whose name I forget.
Leanne.
Rhymes.
And then Katie and Leanne Rhymes get into a fight about something that Katie's holding, and her friend Leanne tries to take the package from Katie and rips it open accidentally, and Katie immediately levitates into the sky, and she's just in fucking pain and agony,
screaming in pain.
Yeah. And below her is this necklace that's just peeping through the packaging.
Yeah, the package is open. She's screaming, and then she comes crashing down, right?
Yeah, and then Harry takes off running to the castle.
What?
To the castle. Harry takes off running.
He takes off running? No, doesn't he go and ask what happened? Hagrid comes and scoops
Harry
her.
runs to get help.
Oh, you're right. I forgot.
Harry runs to get help.
Explains where Hagrid
and Hagrid rushes to get Katie to bring her back for medical attention.
That's right. He runs to the castle. Someone comes back, and then they're kind of like, what happened?
So here's what happened. It seems that somebody at the Three Broomsticks used the Imperious Curse on Katie. And her friend...
That's speculation, right?
Leanne tells Harry...
She was acting very weird.
She said, Katie looked funny when she came out of the bathroom at the tavern. You know what? I got to be honest. I've left a tavern bathroom before, and I've never felt good after what happened in there.
Yeah.
I've never left a tavern bathroom proud of what I did back there.
I don't think I've ever done
beer
anything.
shits or banging in a stall.
Yeah, no, nothing I've ever done in a tavern has been something I want to write home about.
Yeah. So we're leaving there disordered.
And someone had given her a package in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Which,
By the way,
101.
You drop off a package in a bathroom. You don't pick up a package.
You don't pick up a package.
So she's carrying a mysterious package. By the way, what woman was in the bathroom? Who was there? That was a woman who could have been in the bathroom with her.
Who?
Tonks.
Yeah, but Tonks didn't go into the Three Broomsticks with them.
How do you know she wasn't there? She's a shapeshifter.
Here's a fun one. Where was the bartender?
True that. All right.
Because
so,
Ron was looking for her tits everywhere.
yeah.
Where's Rose Merita and her big jiggly butter beers?
Big jiggly butter jugs.
Oh, butter jugs.
Oh, butter jugs. Just gonna motorboat those butter jugs.
So she had come out of the bathroom with this package, acting very strange, insisting they needed to get the package up to the castle.
Katie, so she's like, when the package opened, Katie must have touched this necklace. And it's a cursed necklace. And then Harry realizes he's seen the necklace before. He saw it at Borgin and Burke's.
Is it not the necklace from? No, okay. I was thinking it was in that
And
vision.
so
but that's a
Harry's like,
different-
this is more evidence that I need that Draco is a Death Eater.
I bet it was Malfoy trying to give it to her. And they're like, why would Malfoy be in the girls' bathroom? Who knows?
Anywho, so Professor McGonagall fucking motors it down to Hogsmeade to figure out what the fuck is going on. And McGonagall's like, by the way, it couldn't be Draco Malfoy because I had him in detention with me. He's not doing great in Transfiguration.
Yeah, because he's fucking stupid.
And he wants to talk to Dumbledore, but Dumbledore's away.
Who? Harry?
Harry wants to talk to Dumbledore.
Harry wants to talk to Dumbledore. By the way, they have wrapped the necklace in a scarf so that no one can physically touch it, and they're bringing it up.
Anywho, so she's like, it couldn't have been Draco. He couldn't have given her the necklace. There's no way he could have been in the bathroom, not only because it's a women's bathroom, but because he was in detention. And Harry's like, I'm
and
not
J.K.
buying
Rowling's
it.
like, and no planet.
And no
Would
planet
someone who was not born a woman be in a woman's restroom?
No chance.
Not in my book.
Definitely not in my book.
Not in this fictional world. Not in the real world, if I have anything to say about
not
it.
Not in book 1, not in book 2, not in book 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, split into 2 movies.
Never.
None of them. No non-women in women's bathrooms. Have you menstruated? Then you're not a woman if you haven't. I want you to bleed through your skirt in middle school and embarrass yourself in a room full of people.
If you haven't ruined at least 7 pairs of underwear in the last 3 years,
you're not a woman.
I want you to bleed from your vagina. My body is shedding on the inside.
I want you to take a bath and the whole tub fills with blood because the inner lining of your vagina leaks out into the bathtub when you're trying to relax, and then you find yourself floating in pieces of pussy shrapnel.
Your gender that you were born doesn't match what you really are. That is ridiculous. And now a giant talking spider.
All
so
right.
anyways, yeah, Katie Bell is at Madame Pomfrey's. And she's...
Leanne Rimes needs to be calmed down, so Madame McGonagall is like, all right, let's get this girl some fucking Valium, some
She's getting
Percocet,
Klonopin up.
Klonopin. Let's get her some Xanny. Let's get her a few Xanny bars. Get this bitch barred up.
They're giving her morphine. Morphin.
Morphin. They're giving them Voldemort's mom.
Dad. Brother.
Mom.
Uncle. Morphine's the guy.
Who's your daddy? Oh, yeah. Uncle.
Anyway.
Uncle.
Long way to go for a pretty bad pun on my part.
Anywho, you guys, follow us on all of our social media, at JMS Comedy, at Nicole Aimée, at Two Filthy Nerds. Those are the handles.
We're posting shit. We're having fun. We're doing some campaigns with Squatty Potty.
Patreon.com/Two Filthy Nerds. Sign up for that shit. You can be part of the live readings. We're going to have some movie watching shit going on. We're going to be watching Die Hard, as we said earlier. Lots of fun stuff.
Yeah. It's we're having a lot of fun. You can check out full edited videos of these episodes on the Comedy Store's YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. But if you want to see the unedited version, you have to be a patron. You have to watch live. That's what we're doing right now. We've got
That's
Bachelor
where you hear
coming
the real
out.
raw dog shit, you know?
Yeah, we've got
Bachelorette's going to be dropping late Thursday, Friday.
And we'll be moving on to chapters 13 and beyond next week.
Really excited for this. What's going on?
I think it's getting dark.
Shit's ramping up.
We're only on chapter 12 and someone has been cursed.
Yeah. That when I realized she was being cursed, I was like, yo, shit's happening to students, like hardcore shit. Like I remember when fucking why am I blanking on his name?
Diggory.
Cedric Diggory got fucking fucking cadavered. I was
Avada
like,
Kedavra.
I know, Avada
my favorite.
Cadaver. I when that happened, I was like, oh shit, that just happened to a fucking student. And then it just happened again, like one of the unforgivable curses. Like
Shit is getting dark.
shit's gonna get real dark, real fucking quick.
Wait.
and I'm here for it.
You already said, okay, wait. You said you think that Tonks gave Katie Bell that package.
I think Tonks is under the Imperious curse.
So, but you think maybe that's who passed it on?
Mhm. Under the Imperious curse.
Who do you, because they say in the book, they're like, oh, who could it have been for? And someone's like, it could have been for you, Harry. And he's like, well, I was right here. She would have turned around and gave it to me. That would have been easier because she doesn't have to get it through school.
I think it was for Dumbledore.
You think it was for Dumbledore?
Yeah.
Is Dumbledore even there? I don't know.
No, but I think she was going to be bringing it back to the school for Dumbledore at some point.
Interesting.
Interessante.
Anything else? Any other speculations?
Or she was bringing it to Snape to handle it.
to do a handoff. What are you talking about? She
I
was
think
giving
maybe
it to
to
Snape.
hand off. He has a handoff. I think she was either handing it off, or maybe somebody else was sending it to Draco. It was supposed to be delivered to Draco.
Oh, I guess we'll either never know or we'll find out.
All right, you guys, we love you guys who are listening. We love everyone in our Patreon live chat right now. You guys are all the best.
Yes, tell your friends about the podcast. If you have not already left a review, please leave us a review. It helps the podcast show up more in people's algorithms, helps us get in the top 200 charts more, gets us higher up there.
Yeah, we want to chart in other places besides Lower Slobovia.
Slobovia.
I don't know if that's
I'm from Lower Slobovia.
Lower Slobovia.
Lower
Slobovia.
Blow Slovia.
I love blowing. Speaking of blowjobs, I woke up that way. Anyways, we love you guys, and we will see you next time.
Bye-bye.